Good evening. My name is Katasha Turner. I'm here to discuss with you my PowerPoint on vision. My definition of vision is the ability of being able to see and imagine. However, in sports, we also base our programs off a vision statement. Why have a vision? Well, I have 3 points. It is a mental picture of the future. It's an idea of what the future will behold, and it's a guide through the season. Kind of gives you a roadmap. You have to have a team vision. It's a description of what a team or a group would like to achieve in the short, mid, and long-term goals of the season. Is it intended to serve as a guide for choosing the course of action for the season? You have to create that vision. It is created by the desire and to the growth and improve the people around you, whether it's your assistant coach, whether it's the kids, and even the community around you. So you have to have a vision to grow and improve other people around you. It embodies the hopes and dreams that can happen throughout the season, and hopefully that you'll have a successful season. Once a person or a team has written their goals down, it gives the vision a purpose. Leadership and vision. As a coach, you are a leader. As a head coach, you are a leader. As an assistant coach, you are a leader. And even as an athletic administrator, you are a leader. And where there is no vision, the people will perish. So with you being a leader, and with us being leaders, we have to have some type of vision. We have to write it down. And so we have to have something that we can see, and we got to have the standards for our teams to understand, for our programs to go and be successful. If the leadership is lacking, how can we lead anybody? So we as leaders must take this very in consideration, and it's a big integral part of our program to have a vision. The leader will provide focus while standing on their beliefs and standards throughout obstacles. You're going to face obstacles. You're going to face obstacles throughout the season, and it's how you deal with them. For me, I have standards. I don't have rules. I got away from rules a long time ago and policies. I talk about standards, and when I talk about standards, it's what my team has to achieve, and what are our expectations as a team. And so when we do that, and I give them information, we can go forward from there. You also have to communicate your vision, and it's how you say it, and it's the way you say it. There are certain ways you talk to people. Of course, there's nonverbal and verbal communication. For me as a volleyball coach, I give high fives when kids are doing well. And I guess I give a certain look because my players will tell me, Coach, you gave me the look when they're doing wrong. When I'm coaching track, I give them a high five. I'm yelling for them. I'm cheering for them throughout their race or throughout their event. And when they PR, I let them know, and I celebrate them during the practice. But then I also let them know when they're not doing right. And I give them that verbal cue. I give them an eye contact. Hey, you got to do better. We have to do better than this. And so you have to have strategic plans and strategic actions on how you talk to kids, especially nowadays. And even when you're talking about adults, you have to be able to communicate what you want from them. Our athletic director, I take a sheet out of her book. She has a group meeting, and she gets us together through the preseason or the off season and tells us what she expects from her coaches. And so then she talks to us throughout the season. And then in the off season, of course, she has, or the postseason, she has a meeting with all her coaches. And so she talks to us and let us know what she sees, the pros and the cons. And so, and in that, she also let us know, hey, if her vision, she saw a little bit of her vision in us throughout the season. So you have to communicate it. In Habakkuk 2:2, it says, write the vision and make it plain. And so you have to be able to write it down again. I tell my players to write down their goals, whether they're individual or team goals, and they have to give me 3. And when you write it down, you can see it, and then when you see it again, it gives it purpose. And so even as a person, a coach myself, I give myself goals, and so when I write it down, I can see it and I can achieve it. Because if I'm just saying it in my head, sometimes you have a lot of things going on and you don't relate that. So again, write it down, write the vision down, write the goal down to make it plain. Vision shows where you're headed, and it prepares you for the future of your destination. Again, vision is a roadmap. When you write those visions down, when you write those goals down, it gives you a destination. Your inner circle is very important when you have talking about vision. Like I said, my athletic director, she talks to all her coaches, but sometimes she has coaches that she has a little bit more repertoire with, and so she trusts them a little bit more. So you got to have people that you trust. When it comes down to a coach, you got to trust your assistant coach, and sometimes, and then a lot of times you have to trust your captains. And so the role is very important of trust, because you trust them with your vision, and you trust that you can, when you're talking to them, that they can go out and also mimic and communicate what you want your team to do throughout the season. Your surroundings are very important. You cannot have negative people around, and you can't deal with egos. So you have to understand through your vision, you have to let the negativity go. Check the process. Vision is uncomfortable compared, and it can compare to a tight space. So sometimes the vision can get uncomfortable, but in the end, you will have success. You can have success. In vision, you have, again, obstacles. You may have hit a low point. You may hit a slump through the mid-season, and then you have to go back and say, hey, guys, let's look at our vision that we talked about at the very beginning of the season, and redirect your team to that, and so that they can move forward and hopefully end on a higher note throughout the season. So sometimes you can have those hiccups, you can have those ups and downs, but it's how you deal with your vision, okay? And it's how you deal with the obstacles. So again, when you have obstacles, don't ever give up. Vision has a cycle. It takes time, it takes seed and harvest. Okay, again, vision is seed, harvest, seed, time, and harvest. Let me get that together. All right, vision takes seed, time, and harvest. All right, so you have to remember, God allows us this vision. God put this vision in our head, and so that's the seed He's planted in our head, and it takes time for us to deal with the process of that seed, and then you have a harvest. You get to see it. You get to fulfill the harvest. Think about as a coach, when you have a young player and as a freshman, and you put the time in for the fundamentals. Well, you giving them the fundamentals of volleyball, or you giving them the fundamentals of track, and once you see over time, after their sophomore or junior year, you see that seed constantly moving, and you see it. You give it time, and you keep working with them. And hopefully the harvest you see is when they're going to state, when they're getting accolades, when they're breaking records. And so even if they just win the race that they didn't win the year before. So you get to see that, and that's the harvest of the cycle. And that's how you know you're being successful in your vision. Oprah Winfrey said, doing my best at the present moment puts me in the best place for the next moment. So in your vision, when you look at your vision and you look at your goals and you look at your standards and you just say, hey, this is going to put me here. This is going to put me to the next level. And so every time it's putting you to the next level, it's putting you in a better place. Every time it's getting you there. Even in the bad times, those obstacles make you understand what is best and how to deal with situations when bad situations come awry. And last but not least, Gail Deaver said it best. Keep your dreams alive. Understand to achieve anything requires faith and belief in yourself. Vision, hard work, determination, and dedication. Remember, all things are possible for those who believe. So keep believing in yourself, believe in your vision, and I hope this PowerPoint was a blessing to you. Thank you.